Hi guys, what is up? Team Duels Alliance 671, and today, as you might have guessed by the playmat and what is presented in front of you, we're going to be updating our Sylvan deck profile, or should I say, Divine Sylvans. You guys have been requesting a tutorial for this, so I'm going to go and give you guys an updated deck profile due to the current ban list, and we'll go straight into the deck profile. I might skim through some of the cards because you might have seen the previous deck profile, but I will carefully explain each of the new cards, if anything. So without further ado, guys, let's get started with this deck profile. So start things off, we run 3 copies of Sylvan Hermitry. Bob Ross, only kidding. I love Bob Ross, so satisfying. One of my all-time favorite artists. So this is pretty much your Blue Eyes White Dragon for the deck. You're level 8, and you're normally your go-to when you're going for rank 8s. Next, we also run, if we may do this like Dark Ground Duelist, your Sylvan Sage Koya, Treebeard is what they call them, only kidding. You're pretty much your Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon for the deck. He summons himself the same way. If Sylvan is sent to the graveyard in any way except during the damage step, also except by like summoning, so that kind of misses the timing, but that's okay. So any way you send it to the graveyard other than summoning or by damage step, you could special summon this card from your hand. Next we run, I guess this is your White Stone of Legend, Sylvan Peacekeeper, a staple for the card and a staple card for the Sylvans, and you run 2. I very much compare this to Blue Eyes because the deck very much runs the same way. Once you go to the tutorials, you'll see why. Sneak peek. Run 1 copy of Sylvan Cherub's Route. Just 1 because you want it in the deck and you don't want to draw into it. This one you're okay drawing because it also has a normal summon effect. 1 copy of Sylvan Princess Sprite. Or Sylvan Princess Sprout. Sprite is the Exceed monster. We'll get into that later. Then for the non-Sylvans, we run 3 copies of Lonefire Blossom, the signature card of the deck, and if the new spell card in here, you want to run 3. Then 3 copies of Evil Thorn. Evil. I'm just kidding. Yeah, pretty much another generic level 1 you could go into, so you could go into Sylvan Princess Sprite, like I mentioned, by accident. Rose Lover. Your waifu material, gentlemen. I'm just kidding. Pretty much Mizuki for the plants. If she's in the graveyard, you could banish her. You could special summon a plant from your hand, unaffected by trap cards. Spore, level 1 tuner for the deck. Copy Plant, another level 1 tuner for the deck. Sets up level 8 plays, synchro summoning plays, rank 8 plays, you name it. And to round off the monsters, we run 2 copies of Behold the Egyptian God, Obelisk the Tormentor. We have the 2 alternate arts. I love this art. As my friend says, he just got out of Fight Club with the tattoos. God, Fight Club. Wonder if they should make a show about that. Anyways, that should round off the monsters. Let's go and gather them up. And then we'll move on to the spells. Then from the spells, we'll go to the extra deck. And then we'll go to the tutorial. Okay, 4 minutes in, we're good so far. 3 copies of Sylvan Charity. Pretty much the draw card of the deck. Pretty much Graceful Charity, as the name implies. And then the new spell we run 3 of. Fresh out of the battle list, Symbol of Heritage. Now this one I'll explain. So, it's a quick card that says you can only activate this card when you control 3 or more cards of the 3 or more monster cards of the same name in your graveyard. So meaning you want to get all 3 of your Lonefire Blossoms in the deck, or in the graveyard. And there's ways you could do it. I am so sorry. Okay, it stopped. And don't mind the background noise, guys. My neighbors are pretty extravagant. So anyways, Symbol of Heritage. The effect goes You have to have 3 or more cards of the same name in the graveyard. Select one of those monsters. Special summon it to your side of the field. And if you do, equip it. If this card is destroyed, so is the other monsters. So the main play is that you want to get your Lone Fire Blossom in the deck as much as possible. So since Lone Fire Blossom is a soft ones per turn, you normal summon Lone Fire Blossom, go in, use the effect, go into another Lone Fire Blossom, then another Lone Fire Blossom, then another Lone Fire Blossom, and then probably go into another Sylvan Hermitry, then use some of Heritage to bring out this one, and then go into more plants. It's a very good card. I'm pretty much showing you guys a tutorial. Sneak peek. So yeah, that explains the symbol of heritage really quick. So moving on, guys. Sorry if it's taking a little bit longer, but continue. Rosebud Revelation, a reinforcement in the army with plant type monsters with 2400 or more attack. So this is made for Sylvans basically. Then we also run 2 copies of Miracle Fertilizer. Decided to drop it down to 2 because of Symbol of Heritage being back, so that's a very good thing. And also we run, to round off the regular spells, 2 copies of the True Name. As you've seen in the other deck profile, this brings out Obelisk the Tormentor. And in this deck, it's very easy to bring out. You're probably wondering, do you run the other God card support like Fist of Fury? It's nice, but I'm not sure if I could fully develop a deck under Obelisk, even with that new spell card. Maybe if they have more support in the future. You see, Slifer and Obelisk have a structure deck that's really good support, but Raw has like the royal treatment and you got a full set, so maybe later down the line we'll get more support for Obelisk and Slifer. But for now, let's just have the fun of building a deck for them, like this one. I might do a raw deck profile. That'll be in the works soon. So that's your MCU sneak peek. So to continue, Mountain of the Bound Creator. For the divine monsters, and also Ultimate Zokin becomes a level 12 when he's on the field. We'll get into that later. Set rotation. So these are your 2 field spells for set rotation. Very good card that comes up a lot. Terraforming, obviously, need to search for Mount Sylvania. Very good card in the deck. As I explained in the other deck profile for Sylvans. Foolish Burrow, you want to send plants to the graveyard. Plenty of targets like your Lone Fire Blossom and everything, your Rose Lover, you name it. 1 copy of Moss Reborn. Just a good card in general. And last but not least, the one and only 1 for 1. Just kidding. So yeah, that does it for the main deck. Now let's move on to the extra deck really quickly for you guys. Okay, let's round them up. Okay, for the extra deck monsters, we run 1 copy of Oreos, the Sylvan High Aberrator, rank 7. Very good balancing and targeting, so it pretty much laughs at Dragon if you pull it off. Sylvan Princess Sprite, the rank 1 in the deck, it helps get the deck going more ways than one. The first effect a lot of people use, the second effect people forget about, but it's a really good effect for Sylvans. Sylvan High Protector, Alcy, rank 8. Very good bouncer as well, but it targets. So not really an Ultra Dragon, but it helps as a rank 8. Sorry if I'm skimming through this, guys. I'm gonna give you a deck profile or a deck tutorial after this. So yeah, I'll explain more of the effects once I get the tutorial going. Dingirisu, rank 8, non-targeting, remove, like sending, is pretty much last at Dragoon too. So yeah. Number 90, Galaxy Eyes Sultan Lord, in case you want an immediate answer for Nibiru. So your 3rd summon or 4th summon will be him, or your very last summon into the 5th one, Galaxy Eyes Sultan Lord, and he just says no to Nibiru. Draglubian, because he's a rank 8 and he could bust out many crazy monsters of him, like this one. Number 38, Hope Harpincher, Dragon Titanic Galaxy. Whew, that's a long name. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, one of the materials you use mainly with Draglubian. Along with Chaos, number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Now you're probably wondering where number 100 is. Well, right here. Thanks to my brother, I got my number 100. Anyways, continue. And then for our next boss monster alongside Draglubian, we run Zokin. Very easy to bring out in here, more ways than one. I'll show you how. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Also a very good card. And it's your main target for a Zokin. And a solution for Nibiru, if you just want to negate and destroy it. Link Karibo, because we have a lot of level 1s in here. Very good card. Hockey Fibrax, because we have 2 tuners in here, but still useful nonetheless. Last but not least, Aroma Sefri Jasmine. A very good plant link monster. So that'll run off the deck profile, guys. Let's go and get on to the tutorial, as promised. Okay, so let's round them up. Put my extra deck here. And let's power shuffle. And I just saw that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer just came out, so I'm very happy, and it's exactly what I expected. Honestly thought the rumors may not be true, but it looks like they are implying the multiverse. Really excited for that. I'm not sure if I can say this on YouTube, but oh well. Sorry, YouTube. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started with the deck profile, or the deck tutorial. So instead of just drawing a random hand, I'm just going to give you guys an ideal hand you want. So going first, you'll want to go for either Photon Lord or Zokin. So the ideal hand you want to have is, for going first, is Lone Blossom if you can. If not, it's okay. Then you want like at least another Sylvan, and you want at least this or Malsavania in your hand. You will also want any random 2 cards actually, or actually scratch that. Symbol of Heritage, and then the last one it'd probably be any random card really, but just for good measure, we'll just grab the Sylvan Charity. Okay, so let's try out this hand. Okay, so this is the starting hand. You'll want to activate Terraforming. It's Ash bait basically. So we'll search for Mount Sylvania, and that way it draws out the Ash, so you could activate Sylvan Charity. Speaking of Sylvan Charity, let's go and activate it in case we draw something new. Yeah, not bad. We drew another Heritage as well. So what happens is that you want Obelisk in your deck as much as possible. So this deck is very good at putting him back. You draw 3, you put 2 on top of the deck, with one of them at least being Sylvan. So we'll put the Sylvan Hermitry on top for good measure. And we have a new lineup of cards to try out, which is very good. We don't really need the Sage Koya in our hand right now, so we'll go and activate Mount Sylvania. First off, let's go on Normal Sun and Fire Blossom. So this is where I'll show you guys how to do it. Effect 1, 2, 1, 2, then effect again, 3, then effect again, then 4. We'll go into Sylvan Hermitry. Okay, so once you activate Symbol of Heritage, activate, and then use the effect, target to special summon. Now if they Nibiru you here, then it's okay. You have another Symbol of Heritage, and then they kind of shot themselves in the foot because Sylvan Sage Core is going to come out anyway. So you're still going to keep going. So yeah, if in a sense, if you can't bring out your Lord or Zokin in time, that's okay. Your Symbol of Heritage is going to do you better. On a side note, the extra deck I'm supposed to run Power Tool Dragon, so maybe instead of Dinkirisu, but it's okay. I found that you know, you don't really need to run Power Tool Dragon. He's pretty much gonna bring him out with Zokin, and it's if you really want the Heritage in your hand. But as you can see, this deck is still really good at bringing it out, so by drawing it. So yeah, so effect of Lone Fire Blossom, we will want to bring out mainly Ultimate Zokin, which is okay too. yeah, copy plant into Zoken. Yes. Okay, so we didn't activate Mount Sylvania yet, so let's go and do that. I'll send one plant on the field as cost, and then place one plant on top of my deck. So let's go and choose the Sylvan Peacekeeper, because the main reason why we put him on top using Mount Sylvania's effect is so we could use the effect of Hermitry. Hermitry effect, excavate. If it's planted into the graveyard, then you draw a card. Very nice. Peacekeeper, target 1 level 4 lower plant type monster when it's sent from the deck to the graveyard. Excavate it from the deck to the graveyard, I believe. Special summon Lone Fire Blossom. Then effective Lone Fire Blossom. Special summon from your deck. So you could either bring out Evil Thorn or Hermitry. It doesn't matter. But we'll just bring out Evil Thorn, so we could show you guys how you can use that one. And Evil Thorn's effect, pretty much just browsing from here, but I'm just gonna show you what Evil Thorn does. But we are gonna indeed do something with Copy Plan and Sylvan Hermitry, so I'll get to that in a little bit, guys. Okay, overlay into Sylvan Princess Sprite. We use the first effect to excavate the top card of the deck. If it's a spell trap, add it to my hand. If it's not, then it goes straight to the graveyard. Ooh, perfect. Another set rotate. We have set rotation. Okay, with that being done, let's go and use Sylvan Princess Sprite's second effect. Yeah, we could do that. But for now, I think we'll hold off on that. We'll do this first. Copy plant. We'll copy the level of Sylvan Hermitry, only the level, so they're both level 8, which will allow you to special summon, since one of them is a tuner and one of them is the same level but not a tuner. Ultimize Zoken. It's technically a special summon, by the way, just so you guys know. It's not a synchro summon, so this guy gets around dimensional barrier and whatnot. It's funny. So anyways, we're gonna set Symbol of Heritage, then effective Zoken. We special summon Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, just like that. So that's a good way you bring out Crystal Wing. And then Symbol of Heritage again. We target the Lone Fire Blossom, special summon it, then Shenanigans. That's all I can say. Shenanigans, guys. Let me show you an example with the Shenanigans. Special summon Hermitry. Set rotation. We'll give ourselves another Mount Sylvania, and we'll give them Mountain of the Bound Creator. It's gonna help them. It's gonna help us more than them, if anything, because it protects our Zoken and our Obelisk. Reveal Sylvania. Since we activate another one, it's off once per turn for Mount Sylvania. We'll just activate it again. And seeing that we already have Hermitry on the field as well. So let's go ahead and bring out, or put on top of our deck, Sylvan Princess Sprout. And I'll show you what she does in a little bit. Hermitry effect. Excavate. Draw. Oh, Obelisk in our hand, but that's okay. Special summon. Excavate from the deck to the graveyard. You choose a number between 1 and 8. I choose 8. She becomes level 8. Then you special summon her. Special summon her, then she becomes level 8. Okay, then overlay. Sorry guys, I'm going a little bit fast because I also want to show you guys the going second on play. Draglubian, then detach. Then without further ado, you have a big boss, so you use Tachyon Dragon as overlay material mostly, and then you go into Titanic. So you have 2 negates right off the bat, and then you have attack protection with Titanic. So very good setup, if I do say so myself. Okay, so let's round it out, and I'll show you guys how to go second in this deck. I'm gonna mainly show you guys how to bring out Obelisk in this deck. You'll be surprised how I do it. So to bring out Obelisk, we're worried about the orc that I put them back on later. Okay. You'll want to see in your opening going second hand, mainly Sylvan Charity, true name. You also want Sylvan Hermitry. Sorry, 1 second, guys. And then we also want in our hand any other 3 cards really. So I would say Fire Blossom, Symbol of Heritage if we could help it. And I would say, just for nostalgic purposes, Monster Reborn. Yeah, that'll be our lineup. So let's see what we could do with this. So the main way you want to bring out Obelisk the Tormentor is this. You simply activate Sylvan Charity. So you draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, so we will want to have Sylvan Hermitry back in the deck, and then Obelisk stay in the deck as much as possible. So Sylvan Charity is your main way of keeping him in the deck, basically. More ways than one. Okay, and then after that, we activate the true name. So you declare the top card of your deck. Gee, I wonder what it is. I have no idea. Oh, I know. Sylvan Hermitry. Look! I'm just kidding. So you add that to your hand, and then you either add to your hand or special summon a divine monster. Yes, you can even add sphere mode. It's funny. So you special summon, because we drew him earlier, Obelisk the Tormentor. So that's how you bring out the big guy in here. Then from here, you go into shenanigans with all of these. You activate terraforming. Here, let me show you quick shenanigans. Sylvania. So you want to worry about like boss monsters, but like if they already negative of Dragoon, then Obelisk can cancel them out basically. So it's easy. It's an easy way to get rid of Dragoon. I mean, yeah, if you really want to get him out of the way. Dragoon may be a legend, but what's a legend to a god? I'm just kidding. So anyways, next thing we want to do, because we do have to worry about Nibiru sometimes. Let's go and keep this simple. Mount Sylvania. Send Hermitry to the graveyard. Then we put 1 card on top of our deck. Or yeah, 1 Sylvan card on top of our deck. Has to be Sylvan, FYI. Any Sylvan card, even Sylvan Charity. Okay, so put this on top. Monster Reborn. Target Hermitry. That's summon number 2, by the way. Yeah, all that, it's only 2 summons. Hermitry, excavate, then draw a card. Not bad. Hermitry, or Cherub Sprout effect. You special summon a level 1 for your deck. So here's one way you can bring out your solution to Nibiru. Copy plant, that's summon number 3. Then hold on. Copy, both level 8. Summon number 4, so we're right in the margin. So we set our heritage because that's our spell. Then Crystal Wing, our 5th summon. They're like Nibiru negate. Sorry, too bad. So yeah, that's how it works. We didn't normal summon yet. Ooh, whoever thought. Lone Fire Blossom. Okay, so let's go out from here. Another Lone Fire Blossom. Then another Lone Fire Blossom. And then another Lone Fire Blossom. Ta-da! Aye. And to continue, we also activate Symbol of Heritage. Bring this back since there's 3 copies already. Tribute as cost. Yes, tribute as cost. So even if they negate it, at least you won't be stuck on the field. Hermitry. Then we don't necessarily need to activate this Hermitry's effect, but we could just try anyways. Yeah, there's nothing. If it's not a plant, it goes straight to the bottom of the deck. So yeah. Then overlay. I would say, because we already brought out Crystal Wing, and I actually want Obelisk to attack, we could bring out either, well, it's really up to you from here. Dengarisu, if you really want to get rid of Dragon, and this is already over 8,000. So you could do that. Send Dragoon to the graveyard, then this is already, these three alone are already above 8,000. I don't even have to count that. You could even go into Draglubian, then just attack with these three, and if they OTK didn't go through, that's okay. Main phase 2, you detach, then you summon your Harbinger, so you still have two bosses. Obelisk may leave the field, but you're still good. Or you can even go even more all out and use Draglubian's effect before you go into battle. So rewind a little bit. Then you could detach one before you go into battle, and you overlay with Tachyon Dragon, then go on top of Tachyon, or Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, King Ghidorah basically, who I would have thought. So you could tribute these guys, obviously these two, he could attack 3 times, then attach one. All face-up cards on the field are negated, and the opponent cannot activate card effects, and he can attack 3 times, so that's instant kill. And the fun part is that Obelisk gets to stay because his effect's negated, where he has to be sent to the graveyard. But that's if your opponent still survives. So yeah. And last but not least, because I at least want to consider the fact that my brother gave me this card, let's rewind a little bit. So it's just these 4, right? So the last option you could do with Draglubian is simply, if you want to save monsters, basically you want to detach one overlay material, and then use Tachyon Dragon as material again, then go into number 100, Numeran Dragon. This effect, detach one exceed material, he gains 1,000 attack for each rank on the field. I count 9, so he's instantly 9,000. So you could do an OTK, and this is where Obelisk could play an important role as well. You could tribute 2 monsters. You could even tribute Obelisk himself, but out of respect for the god, I'll just tribute 2 other monsters. Regeki, they're bored, no problem. Their board is probably clear, and then you hit them for 9,000. 1 punch, basically. And yeah, that's how you do the deck profile, guys. Or that's how you do the run the deck. Sorry for the long wait. Thank you guys so much for being patient. And this is the deck profile for the Divine Sylvans. I'll just name it that. Okay. As always, guys, have a great day. Please be safe. And be on the lookout for an updated deck profile for Monarchs too. Okay, see you next time.